आरम्भं कुर्मः.
We had started discussing about the samskara. As defining what samskara was. Impression, it's an impression. Even after the incident, even after the contact is over, still we will have some impression. And that impression related to the soul is called as samskara. With reference to the mind is called as memory. With reference to the body, it's called as scar. Scar, which you can see. I have a burn. Now it's all treated, it's all fine. After finally everything is over, I find a small scar on my hand or leg. It's due to the burning. Now there is nothing, everything is over. We call it as the physical impression, the physical impact, the physical imprint. The same thing we'll have on the mind. The call it as a memory. We remember, oh, it happened so before so many days, it happens, then it happened, then we remember them. And similar impressions will be there on the soul, and that we call it as samskara. And the difference between these imprints is the imprint on the soul gets carried forward to the next birth along with the soul. And all other imprints at the level of memory, at the level of physical thing, they will all get away with this body. So what we carry forward is the samskara. And we have gone through several lives, and we have been carrying in and out several impressions through the soul. So we are all different because of our samskaras. And in these samskaras, I was telling that there are some good and auspicious samskaras, and some are bad impressions. So they call it as kusamskara and susamskara. Kusamskara. So it is a big process. I have been passing through several lives. I have picked up so many things, some good, some bad, some good, some bad. And we are always a mixture of kusamskara and susamskara. This on one side. On the other side, we all want to experience peace and bliss, every one of us. And they say, it is not the body, it's the soul. It's the aspiration of the soul. They experience bliss. Every soul wants it. How do you get it? How do you experience peace and bliss? The simple answer is, if you are eligible for it, if you really deserve it, yes, you can experience peace and bliss. How do you become eligible for it? How do you become deserving for it? The answer is still simple. It says, you strengthen your soul and purify your soul. You strengthen and purify your soul, you get the eligibility, and you become deserving to experience peace and bliss. As I said just now, on the other side, the soul is a mixture of kusamskara and susamskara. Now to change this proportion deliberately. And when you change this proportion, make the susamskara more and kusamskara very less, yes, that is higher strength of the soul, higher purity of the soul. Thereby become closer to the experience of peace and bliss. That's the process. How do you do it? In the beginning, my parents have to do it. Parents have to do. Then when I am capable of thinking on my own and planning things, yes, the ball will be shifted to my court and I have to do it. What is being done in the early years, early ages is more important, and it is the duty of the parents to know it and view that samskara.
You were reported.
How about that samskara? And the first, it is the parents who have to do it. During your childhood. Not only childhood, even before you are born. That's how this subject of samskara begins. They have evaluated and counted some 16 samskaras, Shodasha samskara, from the beginning to the end. So I passed through all the 16 Shodasha Samskaras rigorously. Yes, the soul is benefited to a very great extent. Let me first make a list of these 16 samskaras. And we'll go one by one, one by one. The first one samskara is known as Garbhadhana Samskara. Garbhadhana. Dhamaha prana, dhamaha prana. Garbhadhana Samskara. That's the first one. It all starts with that. Second one is the Pumsavana Samskara. Pumsavana. The next one we have is Simantonnayana. Simantonnayana Samskara. Simantonnayana Samskara. Fourth one, Jata Karma Samskara. Jata Karma Samskara. Next one is Namakarana Samskara. Namakarana Samskara. Nishkramana Samskara. Nishkramana Samskara. Sha is Murdanya. Nishkramana Samskara. Karnaveda Samskara. Karnaveda Samskara. Chuda Karma Samskara. Chuda Karma Samskara. Annaprashana Samskara. Annaprashana Samskara. Chuda Karma Annaprashana could be little this way or that way. Annaprashana may come earlier. Chuda Karma may come a little later. That doesn't matter. Upanayana Samskara. Upanayana Samskara. Vedarambha Samskara. Vedarambha Samskara. Samavartana Samskara. Samavartana Samskara. Vivaha Samskara. Vivaha Samskara. Vanaprastha Samskara. Sannyasa Samskara. Sannyasa Samskara. And the last one, Antyeshti Samskara. Got 16 clearly? Antyeshti Samskara. Now here, one very important classification. From Garbhadana to Samavartana. Garbhadana to Samavartana. It is compulsory for every human being. Whether you do it or not, that's a different issue. We do it, it's good. Garbhadhana Samskara to Samavartana Samskara. The 12th one. It is all compulsory. It's all compulsory for every human being, irrespective of caste, creed, race, nationality, gender. No discrimination on any of these bases. It's compulsory and mandatory for all. Whether you obey it or not, okay, that's a different issue. But it is prescribed compulsorily for everyone. Why we will know? Why we will know? Then Vivaha Samskara, Vanaprastha Samskara and Sannyasa Samskara, it is conditional. If those conditions are satisfied, yes, these samskaras they get. If the conditions are not satisfied, they don't get it. It's not compulsory. It depends upon condition. The condition and the mental status of the person who gets the samskara. If that condition is satisfied, yes, they will get it. If the condition is not satisfied, they leave them. These three samskaras are not given. Just to compare and speak about the percentage. Percentage of people who are eligible for Vivaha is quite good. But the percentage of people who can take Vanaprastha Samskara is less, and those who can take Sannyasa is very, very less. The terms and conditions are like that. And last one, whether you want it or not, it happens. Antyeshti Samskara. The last one, the last rite. So these are the 16 samskaras we are discussing about. Now, in some places, these 16 samskaras have been reduced or increased by many more numbers, according to their own traditions. But the most scientific and logical thing as prescribed in the Vedas are these 16 and these 16 only. Just to give one example, some people, according to their tradition, they include Aksharabhyasa as one of the samskara. Aksharabhyasa. Aksharabhyasa is considered as one samskara. As to make a person literate. But literacy is not at all a must for a person to lead a human life. It may add to it, it may not add to it, but it's not compulsory. Even an illiterate person may lead a wonderful life, wonderful human life, a noble life. So Akshara has not, or the literacy has not a role to play in the development of the soul. Just one example I'm telling. So whatever they add or whatever they delete, most of the time they don't have the Vedic sanction or Vedic basis. So they do it depending upon their convention, depending upon their tradition. That's number one point to note. The other point is, many of these samskaras is in vogue, is in practice in different cultures, but with a different name and with a different procedure. Procedures vary. So, for example, we say Namakaranam. Namakaranam, that's giving a name. Some call it as christening. And the process may be different. But Namakaranam is same as christening. Upanayam we call it. And they call it as baptizing. Baptizing and Upanayam are similar in concept, but the procedure, what is to be followed, may vary. We say Antyeshti, somebody says cremation, somebody says burial, somebody says funeral. But it happens. So there are similar concepts in other cultures also, in other societies also. But the precise and scientific thing, you find it only in the Vedas. This you need not believe now. Don't believe it now. After discussing all these things, then you will come to an understanding that you will definitely agree with me. Yes, this is more scientific and more profitable, more beneficial. That you will know only at the end. So till that time, whether this is logical or not, rational or not, useful or not, let there be a question mark, no problem at all. Why not? Other things followed by other cultures, other societies, is not as logical and rational as this. That we'll discuss. Till certain there could be a question mark, no problem at all. Garbhadana samskara, pumsavana, simantonayana, jatakarma, namakarana, nishkramana, karnavedha, chudakarma, annaprashana, or it would be annaprashana, chudakarma, upanayana, vedarambha, samavartana, vivaha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, antyeshti. This is the list we have. Now, if you really understand the purpose of all these 16 samskaras, samskara, maybe the closest word in English you could take the ritual, the rite. Ritual or the rite, R-I-T-E, rite. The rituals and rites that was prescribed in these 16, these occasions, in these 16. You'll understand the rationality behind it, understand the benefits behind it. So, first point what I was telling was, up to Samavartan is compulsory. Vivaha Vanaprastha Sannyasa is subject to conditions. Antyeshti again becomes compulsory. That's number one. And the same thing is there in different societies, maybe in a different way, in a different name. But the concepts are similar. That's the second one. Third point, what I have to observe is, out of these 16 samskaras, up to Vedarambha samskara, is the 11th one. 1 to 11. 1 to 11, it will all be over by the time the child is 8 years. 1 to 11. 11 samskaras will be over by the time the child is 8 years. And the remaining 5 in the remaining part of the life. And if you remove the 10th and 11th, Upanayana and Vedarambha samskara, remaining 9 what we have got, all this 9 will be over within a matter of 2 years. Maximum 2 years. So out of 16, more than half is given, samskara is given before 2 years, that 2 by the 8th and 9th year, and the remaining throughout the life. There is some reason in that. There is some reason in that, some rationality in that. That is, younger the person, better we can mend them. That's simple logic. A person who has grown up with so many prejudices, with so many experience, so many things, it is very difficult to change that person. In other words, a fresh mind and a clean slate is there when you get the child. It's a clean slate. It has no prejudices. Whatever you just sucks it, it just grabs it. That's a condition. At that period, we give maximum. And as a child grows and his own individuality comes to take a form, then the intake will be less and less. So, on the basis of this natural capacity of a child to grab more, to grasp more, most of the samskaras are given before 2 years. Now, one more question comes. Okay, you give 9 samskaras before 2 years. Can the child understand it? Just a child of 2? You say so many things, you do so many things. Is it possible for it to understand it? On the face of it, the answer is no. 2 years child cannot understand what we are doing, what is the process we are into, what is the ritual, what is the right, and what is the significance of it. It cannot understand. But if you study the human structure, you study the human formation, you find that they've got 2 parts. One is the conscious mind. Physics is separate. I am going to the mind. One is the conscious mind, another one is the subconscious mind. Even now, we do have this conscious mind and subconscious. What happens in the conscious mind, we are able to understand, we are able to identify. Yes, I'm doing so, I'm thinking so, I'm planning this. Everything is visible and clear. That is the conscious mind. But what happens in the subconscious mind, even today, it is a mystery for us. Unless we make special efforts to understand what it is. We don't employ those special efforts. Even today, subconscious mind is still a mystery for us. Now here, the samskaras which are maximum and which are given before 2 years, they are all directed towards the subconscious mind and not the conscious mind. So the child understands or not is not a problem at all. It may not be able to react. It may not be able to say, okay, I have understood, you have told so and so. It may not. But the subconscious mind will get the impression. And subconscious mind is closer to the soul. So whatever impression is there in the subconscious mind, it easily percolates into the soul. So that is the intermediate stage that we attend to. While giving the first 9, and then the 10th and the 11th, 12th, and onwards. 10 and 11 up to 8 years. Then, depending upon how long they study, the next one is decided. Then we got Vivaha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. Antyeshti when we die. But my point is, most of them they are given in the early age. It's as simple as I say, I have got one small tree. I sowed the seed. And it starts sprouting and growing. I can prune it and trim it when it's young. I can give it the right shape, whatever I want, when it's young. But when it grows with a very huge trunk and branches, it's impossible to manage it. It's as simple as it's a very simple logic. So at the younger age, it's easy for us to manage it, to monitor it, and give the right shape, whatever you want. If it grows, we can't handle it. So in the same way, the soul goes on developing in this Sharira Indriya Manas, and in the younger ages, tender ages, it's very easy to mold it. It's very molded because it will be in a fluid stage. Of course, the samskara will be there. That I'm not rejecting. It's not zero. Samskara will be there. But still, whatever impression of this birth is all nil. That's what I said, a clean slate. Of course, samskaras will be there, brought forward from the previous births. So there will be a fight between the samskaras which want to come out and the impressions what we are giving now. Now here, it depends upon the process what we follow, where the samskaras which have come from birth, it's okay if it is good, and we give good impressions, and finally the proportion of good impressions will increase, and the proportion of bad impressions, kusamskaras, will be reduced. That's the process throughout. This is a very, very scientific and rational approach to developing the personality of a person from the very young age. It's a beautiful process. If we really practice all this process, the child we bear will develop into a responsible citizen of the world. Will develop into a beautiful person, useful to the society and to the self. It's possible. It's possible. But now what is happening? Everything is happening mechanically without knowing. Something happens. We don't know why it has happened. And everything is chaotic. Nothing is under our control. But here, the samskaras say, you take control of the situation from the very beginning and try to mold and develop a very good personality in the form of a child, in the form of an issue. And we are able to form a very good citizen of the world, a very good human being. Trying it. Give the inputs. And there could be some kusamskara. Try to remove it, clean it. Where it's possible, this I've been telling again and again, it's possible only when the soul takes a human form. And the soul gets a tool of the human being, not otherwise. This is a great opportunity we have got. We have to do it for others' sake, and our elders would have done it for us in the early ages, and later we do it ourselves. We become independent and do it ourselves. But in the beginning, our elders have to do it. Or we as elders have to do it for our children. Now, how the process goes, how it is scientific, how the things are given as guidance, what all things we have to take care of. Let's start from the first one. Garbhadhana Samskara. Garbhadhana Samskara is a process of fertilization between the sperm and the ovum. The sperm and the ovum, they meet and they fertilize and become a zygote, and the zygote grows on into a fetus and a baby. And all this happens in the womb. All this happens in the womb of the mother. Natural thing I'm telling. Let's not discuss about test tube baby or IVF, this and other things. I'm not discussing. Naturally, the male and the female, who are called as a husband and wife, they meet, and the sperm and ovum will meet, fertilize, becomes a zygote. And the zygote divides and divides and takes the form of a fetus and finally of a baby. This is a process. Now, here, the parents, they are really doing the process of creating a shelter to the soul. It's very important. This is what you have to understand. Only when I have this concept of soul, only all this becomes relevant. If I don't believe the soul, okay, it's just a physical formation and everything happens like that automatically, mechanically, then all this thing is a waste. It's not true. It's not true. The true thing is, as we have been discussing from the beginning, we have got three entities, Sat, Satchit and Satchidananda. So this is the journey of Satchit we are speaking of. Satchit. Satchit is a soul, which is existing and has got that consciousness. It's aware of it, awareness. But the awareness or the consciousness to be visible, it needs a tool, needs a medium. That's the Sharindra Manas, made out of the Sat. Now, we as parents, we as father and mother, now this is another thing. Father and mother, more than that I said husband and wife. Husband and wife. It could be any male and female. It could be any male and female. If they come together, yes, they can beget children. Any male, any female. Okay, that is applicable to the animal life. Animal life, we don't have conditions. Okay, it's a male and it's a female. They come together, they beget issues, over. But here in human life, it is not just a relationship between a man and a woman, but it's a relationship between, a friendly relationship between two, which is known as Vivaha samskara, under that they become man and wife. That's very important. The result of the child is a product of a family, is a product of a father and mother, a pati and patni, is different from the result of any male and female coming together and begetting children. Because the husband and wife have got their own responsibilities. So that understand their responsibility, and among their responsibilities, one of the responsibilities is beget a good child. Where do you have it? I'll again complete. The fifth step in Saptapadi of Vivaha Samskara. Vivaha Samskara is solemnized only after we take these 7 steps. That's called Saptapadi. Out of these 7 steps, the 5th step it says, Prajabhyaha Panchapadi Bhava. To beget good children, we shall work together with commitment and take the 5th step together. That commitment, that taking step together, and both husband and wife planning to get a better progeny, yes, that's all prerequisites of getting a child. Otherwise, it becomes more of a physical attraction and a physical work. They just indulge in the physical act and suddenly the child borns. That planning is not there. The planning is not there for the child, and planning is not there for the quality of the child. It will be just the product of the sexual relationship between a male and a female. The quality varies. The quality is not the same. So specifically, they are bound together as friends and they become husband and wife. And once they become husband and wife, they plan for the child. And with that unanimity, they come together and their sperms and ovum meet. And that becomes a zygote, etc. It's a planned action. Garbhadhana samskara is a planned action. Very well planned, it's done. Now the 2 contents, what I have got to get the zygote is the sperm and the ovum. It's very easy to understand. The sperm has got its own qualities. The ovum has got its own qualities. And the combination of 2 will result in a resultant quality. It's not same as the sperm or not same as the ovum. It varies. Now, another thing. Better the quality of the sperm, better the quality of the ovum, better the quality of the zygote. Better the quality of the fertilized egg. If sperm is weak, if ovum is weak, somehow they fertilize. Whatever that has fertilized, that will be weak also. Because it would not have drawn the strength from either the sperm or the ovum. This is science behind it. And this sperm and ovum, from the male and the female, from the pati and the patni, they carry the hereditary factors in them. Maybe you call it DNA or RNA, or you call it as chromosomes, whatever it is. They carry the hereditary factors in a subtle form. And it's uncontrolled. Any hereditary factor may come in, including diseases. Hereditary diseases we have. There are so many hereditary diseases, physical, mental, so many things. It all may get into it if we have not controlled it. We call them by a technical word called congenital diseases. Congenital diseases. Congenital problems. Now, these congenital problems are the result of uncontrolled sperm and ovum getting fertilized and getting converted into a child. Called as congenital diseases. When you decide to have a child, it becomes the primary responsibility of the husband and wife. It will be a commitment. Commitment is very important. In any other relationship other than the husband and wife, that's a male and female live together, it's a live-in relationship. Okay, they somehow, because their indulgence and their attraction, they come together, so many things. But in all places, we don't find that commitment to be get a good child. The commitment to get a good child is there only in the relationship between a husband and wife for wedlocked. And that commitment is reminded at the time of the wedding, at the time of the Vivaha Samskaara. This is what your responsibility is there in your future life. So when you go to Vivaha Samskaara in detail, yes, you will get that. You have to interlink them. They are complementary. So only in a relationship between husband and wife. Again, I'm very clear about it. When I say husband and a wife, one wife to a husband and one husband to a wife. This is a polyandry or polygamy I'm speaking of. Polygamy or polyandry is animal-like and is not human. Why not polyandry? Why not polygamy? What's the problem? Okay, this we shall discuss in the next class. We got so many scientific aspects to discuss about it. Why not polyandry? Why not polygamy? It's not humane. Why? We'll see that. We'll discuss about that. You know what is polygamy and polyandry? Have more number of wives. One man have more number of wives, more number of female, or one female having more number of males. This is what called as polygamy and polyandry. What is the problem in that? Many societies have it even today. Even today, you find many societies practices polygamy or polyandry. How it came? What was the reason? Is it scientific or not? Is it healthy or not? We have to discuss about it. Because it's a big subject, I don't open it today. I'll open it in the next class. Okay, thank you. Namaste.